Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we got a little bit of an issue with the comments. She's leaking fuel from her fuel filter, so we're gonna go get one of those before I have to be at work, install it so it'll quit dripping fuel from the bottom of the water separator thing. I don't know what to call it. It's a plunger kind of style. This truck actually has a older style fuel filter housing on it, so you can run a twist-on filter instead of one of those canister filters. I don't like canister filters, and I'm glad that this truck came that way. The guy who I bought it from had already done that, or I would have had to do it. So we're gonna head off to AutoZone and get this thing changed out. All right, guys. As you can see down there is the old fuel filter. That's what we're changing. It's been converted and everything. The little plunger down there at the bottom is what's leaking. The O-ring around the actual top of it's leaking. So we're gonna swap that out. The part number for the Duralast one is FF786DL. We're going to give this one a shot. I've never used this one. It's the one they had in stock, and I can't obviously be driving around leaking diesel everywhere. So we're going to fix this and hope that this works. So we got our old filter housing off. This part right here is the part that screws up into this hole. This O-ring right here is the one that's leaking. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's a little misshapen. It actually has a crack in it, like right there. I'm not quite sure if y'all can see that crack or not. So we're gonna put the new one on and get it installed so I go to work. All right, guys. So what you want to do is make sure you lube that O-ring before you put this back in. I always lube with transmission fluid when it comes to using fuel components, diesel especially. Most only on diesel will I use transmission fluid. Actually, once a year, and this just happens to be the time of year I like to do it, you want to pre-fill your fuel filter with transmission fluid. It'll help clean your injectors and stuff, which make the truck run better. It's kind of like a little instant tune-up. So we're going to do that, install it, get this whole girl back up and running. Alright guys, as you can see, we got our new fuel filter installed. Remember, always just hand tight, don't over tighten them. You'll cause a lot of issues if you over tighten them, especially the fuel filter because it's kind of in the way, kind of hard to get to, so you always want to be able to get it off by hand. Make sure you just hand tight it, get it hand tight, and now we're going to start turning the key to prime it full of fuel. Alright guys, what I like to do after I put my new fuel filter on, turn the key, let all the lights go off. Let every light go off so that you make sure that you're pumping fuel into that filter. Turn it off. We're going to do this 3 times and then we're going to try to start the truck. One more. Off, and on the 3rd one you try to start it. A little rough. We'll try again. Shouldn't have any air in it, at least not too much. Alright, we'll get back to you when it's running. Well guys, my old fuel filter trick for getting these old trucks to start by turning the key, you know, on and off. Normally works about 90% of the time. When it doesn't, grab you a 19 mil, start cracking. I like to crack my 1st and 3rd fuel lines at the injectors right here. Crack your 1st and 3rd and let the air bleed out. And that normally will allow the truck to fire right up. Again, 1st and 3rd. So we'll get these cracked and try again. Bleed it off, get some fuel coming into those lines, but as you can see, we got it back up and running. Everything seems to be alright. We're gonna see how good it runs and go some diesel and head to work. Man guys, don't y'all just hate it when somebody blocks the diesel pump? This guy pumped all his gas and then went and paid for it. I don't know why he couldn't pay for it before he pumped it. I'm sitting here waiting for the only diesel pump. This guy's over here next to him is pumping diesel. But, you know, guys, what's your diesel price where you're from? I got it at $2.43 right here. It's not a bad price. We're going to put a little fuel in this, enough to get me to work and back out here later after I get paid, so I can fill up the truck. If you do your transmission fluid in your fuel filter, you should feel a pretty instant difference as you're driving. It generally makes the truck run a little smoother. Throttle response is a little better. It actually cleans your injectors due to it being an actual detergent, not just a lubricant. I do it once a year, so I generally notice the difference. People who do it, you know, twice a year, I don't know if they do. I've seen people use it on like old tractors, this technique on old tractors and stuff, to fix stuck injectors. But it's like an instant tune-up almost, is what some people call it. Especially a lot of old farmers I know do this. It's not going to hurt your truck. Don't worry about it hurting your truck. As far as Cummins go, anyway. I don't know about the Fords. But it's just I think it's a really good thing to do. I can always feel a difference. The truck always feels better. And it's just something I do. About to fill up with diesel. I always use my diesel clean. And I get about 16 miles to a gallon. Well, now we're going to fill up, and we are going to see, after putting the new fuel filter on and cleaning my injectors with transmission fluid, if it'll actually give you a fuel increase, mileage increase. Alright guys, as you can see, we got 6140 for 25.173 gallons. The truck wasn't completely empty when I decided to fuel up here, but let's check. We're going to reset our odometer, and well, if I can get the truck started, if I can get my key to turn, there we go. We're going to reset the odometer, and we're going to see how many miles per gallon we get after the change we did. So, alright, we've got our trip on 0, and we're gonna in an upcoming video I will show you guys. We'll do the math after I burn the tank, or next time I fill up, which is generally every Friday morning after I get off work. I fill up, so next Friday we'll do the math and just see how many miles per gallon we got. You guys remember to like, subscribe, and don't forget to stay frosty.